Babylonian Suicide Squad. No, this isn't a superhero movie, this is a supervillain movie, so there will be no Superman cape today. Ah, fuck it. The Superman cape is back. It's a comic book movie, people. Of course we're gonna have the Superman cape. Suicide Squad. It is the third movie in the DCEU. It is based off of the supervillain group of the same name. It stars a megaton of people. It's directed by David Ayers. It stars Will Smith, Margot Robbie, Jared Leto, Jai Courtney, Viola Davis. Just too many people to name, honestly. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It takes place after Batman v Superman. Amanda Waller is trying to prepare the world for what comes next. She decides that it's time to assemble a team. So she gets a big ass group of the most dangerous and crazy and psychotic villains known to man, and she decides to call them Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad, so that they can go out and do the dirty work, you know, that they can't, to fight the battles that they can't, basically. Without further ado, let's just get into the positives, because this movie was almost too awesome for fucking words. Hey, critics, suck a fat one. This movie was fucking awesome. I had a really fun ass time with this movie, and that's the operative word here, fun. There have been some people that have criticized the DCEU so far because they're really serious, all these big epic deep stories and philosophy and god mythology and stuff like that. This movie, none of that shit. This is just a straightforward fun ass ride with really kick-ass characters. The cast is perfect. Everybody kills it. Everybody does a great job. The cast work well together. You can tell they had a lot of fun shooting this movie together. Couple of people I gotta single out first. Will Smith as Deadshot. A lot of controversy surrounding his casting. People are like, is he gonna be able to pull it off? People, Will Smith pulls it off. He had that trademark charisma and charm that Will Smith brings. Also being really rugged and rough and evil and mean as Deadshot the mercenary. They did take some time to give Deadshot a personal, you know, background, and they really did a good job of making me care about Deadshot. Jared Leto as the Joker. This guy was really, really, really great, guys. He's probably one of my favorite Jokers. He feels like a combination of Jack Nicholson's Joker and Heath Ledger's Joker, with some inspiration pulled from Alex Ross's comic book run of the Joker. Really psychotic. He's probably the craziest Joker that I've seen on screen. He's batshit nuts. He's also kind of scary. He's a wild card, and he does a great job of playing the wild card. The biggest star of the movie, hands down, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She killed it. She slayed it. She put it in a body bag. It's over. She was fan-fucking-tastic. And she kicked ass in the action scene. She was sexy as hell. She was crazy. She was nuts. She had some of the funniest bits of the movie. Everything that you know and love about Harley Quinn, whether it's from the comics or the Arkham games or from the animated Batman series where she first debuted, she captures all of those mannerisms, all of that crazy. She captures all of it perfectly. She gets my vote for president. Let's please vote for her for president and not the other two people that are currently running for president right now. Seeing the formation of this team is really cool. It's really interesting to see. There's some really cool kick-ass action in this. Everybody gets their chance to shine. Deadshot has a really cool action sequence with his guns. Killer Croc was vicious. He showed off his strength a couple of times. He's more of a background character than the other characters, but he still kicks a ton of ass. He really does. I'm gonna say something that I never thought I would fucking say. Jai Courtney was actually good in this movie. Has the world fucking ended? Is it Armageddon yet? I call him the charisma killer because he has none, and he kills almost every movie that he's in because of his lack of charisma. But in this movie, as Captain Boomerang, pretty sweet, I gotta say. Also, what I love about this movie is that it does feel interwoven and interconnected with the rest of the DCEU universe. It's almost like the films can overlap at different times because of how connected they are. There's some really cool cameos, there's some really cool Easter eggs. Batman, I feel like that's not a spoiler. Batman is in this movie for only a couple of scenes, but Batman, Ben Affleck once again is awesome as Batman, and you'll enjoy seeing him on screen, even for the short period of time that he's on screen. Alright, let's get into some of the other stuff I maybe didn't like. Despite the fact that I really enjoyed this movie, this movie did have some problems. Number one, there was some sloppy editing going on in this movie. I definitely noticed it. There's a lot of scenes that feel like they should have been in there, but they were taken out. And then there's some editing where they put scenes in, it's almost like they feel shoehorned, where they don't even really fit with the rest of the movie. Example, like I'm sitting here talking to you about the plot, and I'm talking to you about the villains. What about Enchantress? How is she? Rabbit nipples, rabbit nipples, rabbit nipples. So now Enchantress, she... Wait, what? Did I just say rabbit nipples? Shit like that. That's what I'm talking about. There's just weird editing shoehorned into this thing. It just kind of, it's very sloppy. Things feel a little bit rushed and jumbled. Scene with Harley on an elevator that feels completely unnecessary. It didn't have to be there. The actual plot. If you're looking for something with substance, you're not going to find it here. The story is very generic, very simple, kind of dumb at times. The story is very uninteresting, and it's honestly the weak point of the entire movie. Coupled with that is the villain. I'm not going to spoil who or what the villain is. The villain was an absolute waste. Think Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy. They did it again! Yeah, Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy, pretty much the same thing here. It's just villains trying to destroy stuff because they're trying to destroy stuff. Completely wasted, completely pointless. Jared Leto was really great as the Joker, but he's only in the movie 15-20 minutes, so if you thought he was going to be in the movie more, you're going to be disappointed. Also, if you're a fan of Katana or some of these other characters, some of them do get sidelined a little bit. Even though they all kick ass, some of them don't get the attention that they're going to have, and that's because too many characters in a movie of this runtime for it to work. Despite some sloppy ass editing and a poor story and a terrible villain, I had a blast with this movie. I had fun. I thought the cast was great, the action was great. I thought that this is the first movie in the DCEU that feels different. It feels like it's still dark in tone, but it's kind of dark humor, and it just feels completely different from the big mythic epic scale of Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. I'm gonna do a little bit of cheating here with my rating because I have to rate it as both a fan and a critic, and most days those things are aligned, but today, as a fan, the movie is up here. As a critic, the movie is like here. This movie is Man of Steel with a little bit of Prime in it, otherwise known as Man Prime. When it's your rating, you can make up pretty much whatever the hell you want. Man Prime, new rating for when the fan and the critic and me don't exactly agree. Let's just call it that. Guys, that is my review of Suicide Squad. I hope to God you go out and check it out. Don't worry about Rotten Tomatoes. Don't worry about other people's opinions. Hell, you can discount mine if you want. Just go see it. Judge it for yourself. Stay tuned for a mid-credit scene. There is a really awesome mid-credit scene that helps to build this world a little bit more. As always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel. And stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Adios.